Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to game number one between USA versus Meme Dream Team. So we're just gonna call them US versus Meme. I like that sound.
Radiant team back.
So we do have Omni Knight for the first ban from US. Going into ban number one for the Dream Team. Now, I don't think I have yet to cast either of these teams, so they're going to be very new.
5 seconds
This
remaining.
is Heroic League, so this is the upper skill level. So we should be seeing some pretty good Dota 2 games. We are in store for 2. So we do have Beastmaster banned out from Meme Dream Team. I mean, I can't really tell you what these guys go.
Radiant team ban.
And I have been seeing a lot of Chen lately this patch. While I've been getting up in the higher ranks, Chen has been super popular. Disruptor is another annoying hero that you do see quite frequently, but not as much as some of the other supports.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So right now we're on the third ban from USA. You know, it took me a while to actually get that, but now that I actually pronounced it and didn't just read it and pronounced it out loud, I get it. So we do have Tiny for the third and final ban for the first banning phase from USA. US of A.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team.
And then we do have Doom. Doom is another popular pick
Radiant team
in this patch. So we do have Dark Willow. Oh, I just have to start out by saying I love this pick. Like, I have been spamming Dark Willow non-stop, and she's gotten me like 800, 900 MMR this patch. She is such an amazing hero. The last couple well, since she's been released, she's been amazing.
10 seconds remaining.
So US of A picking her up, and she's really versatile. So she can go mid, she can go roamer, she can go full support. She doesn't need items to be good. Like, I haven't seen her off lane, but I'm sure she could just because of her W. So we do have Bane and Skywrath Mage, which is a nightmare combo. The sleep into Silence / Skywrath's ult. And then we do have Rubik being picked up by US of A.
10 seconds
So this, I'm assuming we're seeing all 4s and 5s right now. Skywrath, I would say, is more of a roamer than Bane. So we do have Pugneth and Faceless being banned out.
Ten seconds remaining.
I have been seeing quite a bit of Rubik pickups.
5 seconds remaining.
They're thinking long and hard about their fourth ban,
Team back.
which is a gyro counter. So maybe they're gonna be going something like Chaos Knight or can't go PL. I was just about to say PL. But PL is actually banned now, so I mean we could be seeing a Chaos Knight or something of that sort. We do have a Tinker on the field. Dark Willow goes mid against Tinker. Tinker's gonna get wrecked. But there are still a lot of counters for Tinker out on the map that haven't been banned.
10 seconds
I mean, Disruptor is a good counter to Tinker.
5 seconds
But we do have
Radiant
Bearbreaker. Nynx Assassin, I think, is okay against him. But you want someone who can close that gap distance really fast before Tinker can blink away again. So Nix might not have been the best,
10 seconds.
but
remaining.
definitely not the worst. I would
5
consider him par
seconds
against
remaining.
Tinker. I mean, he can always run into the march and just Archipus, Carapace, whatever you want to call it.
Dire team.
I've heard it both ways, all three ways. So we do have Bristleback coming out from Meme, and then we have a quick Lifestealer pick from US. So we're gonna be seeing some Lifestealer Nix roam, which is actually a really deadly combo early game. Late game it starts to fall off unless you can
10
find those
seconds
solo
remaining.
pickoffs on the Tinker, which Tinker will be split pushing.
5 seconds.
So if they can catch
remaining.
him, it's definitely gonna nuke him down. So Tinker will have to be wary about that.
Dire team.
As of right now, they don't really have a Silver Edge carrier for Bristleback. Lifestealer could go Bloodthorn. That's definitely not out. So we do have Storm and Razor, the final two bans for both teams.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Outward Devourer picked up by US of A. We might be seeing an AM. I mean, it wouldn't be all too good against the
10
Nix Assassin
seconds
Lifestealer.
remaining.
But
5
AM
seconds
level 25
remaining.
talent with more spell resistant might not be a bad thing against this team. Seeing as Lifestealer is really the only auto attack damage that they have. Outward does do some, but most of it is from his Arcana orbs. Chaos Knight, I mean, could work here. I mean, they do have the Outworld just to nuke all the Chaos illusions. Other than that, Chaos is not bad here. I don't see PA being viable. Juggernaut, okay.
Choose your
Juggernaut's one of the most, like, basic parries, I guess. So, we have our lineups. It might be a Dark Willow off lane, actually, and Nix roaming. Well, we will definitely have to see what's in store. I love how I said I've never seen a Dark Willow off lane, and we might be seeing it this game. Highly unlikely. I think Nix is gonna off lane, but we will definitely see. So here we go. We will get started with game number 1 between US of A and Meme Dream Team. Keep in mind this is a best of 2. This is before the playoffs, getting those points to get a better playoff seed. So good luck and have fun to everyone. Let's do this.
You're so nice.
Right away, we got Bane saying you are so
prepare for battle.
nice, and I totally forgot like all this stuff. Okay, I'm good. I love that portrait. That's such a beautiful portrait, isn't it? Okay, guys, Rosh is up. No one's taking it. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Okay, so we do have Bristle off lane against it. Looks like Lifestealer Rubik duo. Nynx and Dark Willow both bottom lane. So it does look like they're going to be running a try off lane. Your team name makes me cringe so hard. How do you predict? Overloaded. Oh, that's his name. Oh, poor Bristle. We got a little BM going on. Dark Willow does have to be careful because Dark Willow is super squishy early game. And when I say super squishy, I literally mean like 4 or 5 hits. Like,
The battle begins.
so it does look like we do have a 3-for-1 going in favor of US of A. Courier coming bottom for the Sentry Ward, realizing that they do see where that Sentry Ward is, and Vayne does take that down. Gosh. I forgot how much XP at level 1 you get. Like, that's like quarter of a level. Yeah, see, I don't see Dark Willow being good in the off lane. She doesn't have the HP pool that you need for an offlaner, I believe. So we do have Bristle being harassed a bit by Rubik, which Rubik needs to make sure he stalls level 2 as long as possible. Because once Bristle gets level 2, then it just becomes harder to deal with him. Meanwhile, we got OD and Tinker mid. I mean, we got 3-0-1-1, so I mean, it's not a huge thing. Willow is being chased, going through the tree line. Does use that Shadow Realm. And we do have the spin coming out, and I think this is going to be a dead Willow. Ooh, the fairy fire saved the Willow. And it does look like mid, we do have Nynx versus Skywrath. Nynx will be TPing out, but taking a bit of damage before doing so. TP stop. Probably gonna use that clarity. Maybe not. There we go. Does look like OD is getting a little bit of harassed by the Sky and the Tinker. Sky staying top. Does see that there is a regen, and Tinker is like, you know what? I need that regen. So I'm gonna say Tinker right now will be winning this lane, even though he's losing on. Yes, that regen rune is huge for mid lane. We do have a little bit of chasing going on. Bristle is still level 1, almost level 2. Very nicely done by the Rubik to keep Bristle level 1 for as long as possible. But I think that is quickly going to be done and over. So his level 2 is much more of that tankier. Don't even listen to my English, it's so bad right now. And it does look like Dark Willow will be trying to do some harassing on the Vayne. But Vayne has such a huge mana pool compared to Dark Willow, so OD taking quite a bit more harassment from the Tinker. Both do have a salve. Tinker running really low on mana. Same with OD. You know, I feel like whenever I play OD, I never get that Essence aura. Like, it never procs for me, so I run out of mana instantly. Where other people, they can just sit there and be like, pew, 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 pew. Does cancel the clarity. We do have 18-9. OD is actually killing Tinker on last hits. Which, honestly, is actually very surprising. I feel like Tinker has such a good early game presence with his laser. It's really hard to bully Tinker out of lane. Or even win the early, like the super early game against him. So OD is doing a tremendous job with that. Doubling the last hits of Tinker. Meanwhile, bottom we do have Willow level 2 still, so nothing too fancy. Bristle is the same level, and this actually could be first blood. I don't think they have enough. There is a Shadow Realm. The spin is just out of range. Double damage coming out from the Skywrath, and Skywrath will be drawing first blood with that last hit on the Dark Willow. Very nicely done. The Primal Mage just was not enough and not in time. We do have Nynx wrapping around. We do have a stun, mana drain, and one hit by the OD. OD now is kind of out of mana. Lifestealer is actually doing work up here, man. 35 and 22. Like, he is at the top. Juggernaut does have 29, but that's tied for OD. I mean, the denies of Lifestealer are just going to put him way ahead in levels. As we can see, level 5, Lifestealer should be almost level 6. Halfway to level 6. Does have quite a big wave. The Shadow Realm, we're going to be seeing a bit of harassment. Nynx just coming back mid periodically to keep Tinker with that 0 mana pool. So that way OD doesn't get blind and he can just concentrate on last hitting. I kind of ruined bot. Does look like Dark Willow will be picking up. I think the best bet would actually be for Dark Willow to come mid with that and actually kill Tinker. I think that is a viable option. Because that way they have a hold, they have 2 stuns, well, 2 holds and a stun, sorry. Because we don't have Cursed Crown on Dark Willow yet. So we do have Bane rotating through. They do see it because they do have a ward on the high ground, the dire side, as well as over here. So they definitely have middle, so that way they do prevent the gank. Seeing as there is a Skye and there is a Bane, they definitely want to make sure that they can see them coming. So Nynx is actually under a little bit of pressure. He does get the double stun off on Bristle and the Skywrath. Bristle dropping awfully low. Lifestealer just chomping away at his life, and that is a kill for the Lifestealer. Very well done. I don't even know his abilities. I like never see Lifestealer. Give me one. Oh. And we do have Nynx TPing bottom. Trying to try to help the Dark Willow. Dark Willow does get the clarity, does get a tango. It does look like the runes will be popping.
That's for me.
There is an Invis rune. Bristle will actually be getting that just before Rubik can actually lift him up. So they do know Bristle is Invis over here. But I don't think OD gives 2 craps. OD is just, he's going ham. He is blinded, so he will not be able to do any damage currently. Nynx Assassin saying, you know what, I'm coming, you better get back. Meanwhile, I mean, Lifestealer is just up here, like, he is doing work. Like, no one is pressuring him. And right now, I mean, they have a lot of counters to him, like, at this moment. And I think they need to be focusing that, because once he gets big and scary, like, yeah, silence is really good, but it only does so much. It does look like OD is having some problems. Ouch. That's a low blow. Oh, no one can see me type. I'm caster, duh. Okay, we will be resuming.
My thanks.
Lifestealer will be having his armlet in about 1400 gold, 1300 gold. His top tower is falling extremely low, and Lifestealer's saying, you know what, I'm going to take a couple current shots, and I'm just going to whack this tower a bit more, because I can lifesteal on this next wave. So that's what Lifestealer is going to be looking to do. Does have 14 wand charges, so he's not afraid of taking a little tower damage and getting this top turret. So it offers his team some gold. Healing ward coming out, and it does look like the Shadow Realm coming out, trying to harass, and it does get that 75 gold. Very nicely done by the Dark Willow. I do love doing that when stuff like that comes up. So we do have a Rubik TP down at bottom. We might be seeing a engagement. It does look like the Cursed Crown going off on Skywrath Mage. Brand obeys, does get the Skywrath. The lift coming back into the tower. The sleep, and it does look like Skywrath will be getting away. Does wand charge, bringing him awfully low with the Shadow Realm, but not enough. Does look like Dark Willow does have her ult now, the Bedlam and the Terrorize. Both super good.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
Like, this is the point in the game where Willow is so good because she's hit that, like, from doing like 400 damage to like 1,500 damage, if comboed correctly. She just becomes insane at level 6. So what she needs to do is she needs to get a kill on this Tinker. I know I've been saying it, but like, Dark Willow is so amazingly good against Tinker. The Terrorize coming out, the Fear on the Bane and the Skywrath. And it does look like the Sleep going off on the Rubik, but Rubik will be A-okay because of that Terrorize. We do have the last hits at 81, 71, 68, and 42 as our top 4, with Lifestealer OD on top, Jug close behind, and then Tinker is struggling with 42. Let's get another Shadow Realm off on the Bane. Meanwhile, Lifestealer does have his armlet, and is just top free farming. Does look like OD is going Animatus, which he does have enough for. So I think OD's in it for the long haul, ladies and gents.
Such mimicry.
Okay, so we almost do have the Boots of Travel from the Tinker. This Nink's super annoying on this Tinker, just zapping his mana left and right. Making Tinker working that much harder. Does look like Lifestealer does poke Bristle back a little, but does have the Vanguard. So, I mean, he has reached that, like, unless OD gets that jump on him and gets those stacks, Bristle is going to be very hard to kill right now, because they don't really have too much burst besides the Vendetta and OD, but they need to combo that. so they can take him down very, very quickly. We do have Boots of Travel on the Tinker. We do have a smoke in the way for Rubik. Rubik and Nynx are the two that smoked up. And we might be seeing a gank down at bottom on the Jug. No.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Rubik trying to make up his mind where he wants to go. And it does look like this Tinker will be falling to the Vendetta and the Lifestealer with the Rubik. Very nicely done. And that was the burst that I was talking about at the beginning of the game. That's what Tinker needs to be worried about. Because we're going to be seeing that same exact thing as soon as this is back up. The Infest up in 70 seconds. The Tinker literally just needs to farm very, very carefully until he gets that Blink Dagger and he can move around the map constantly. So they can't catch him. We do have a Invis rune on the Nynx Assassin. Which could be, again, very, very deadly because this is pretty much a Vendetta, but without the bonus damage. And it does look like Rubik almost does fall, and it does fall to the Tinker Blazer. And it does look like Nynx is still Invis. Dark Willow cheaping out. And it does look like Bristle actually could, I think they could actually turn this. That double impal, and it does look like OG is getting the stacks. The Sanity Eclipse coming out, and he's getting some stacks. I mean, it's only level 1, but he's getting the stacks on the Bristle. Like, and it does look like Bane does sleep OD, and it does look like the engagement is over. Poor staff on the way for OG, about 100 gold out. Meanwhile, Bristle, it doesn't look like too much more besides the power treads and the Vanguard. Mana boots, quite a bit. Tinker TPing back to base, nothing new on that though. Lifestealer is selling all of his items, getting a Mithril Hammer, saying, you know what, I just want my damage. I don't want my items anymore. I mean, he's at 108, 115 for OD, 105 for Jug, and Tinker 59. Definitely having a rough game this game. And until that blink, I think he's going to keep having a rough game. We do have Jug, about 600 gold from the Battle Fury, per se. We do have the Vendetta / Infest combo coming back on the way. Don't really want that kill. Don't really want that kill. I mean, they will take it. Don't get me wrong. It's a kill, but it's not a kill that they would prefer. Let's just put it that way. You want one of the cores when you're doing something like that. But, you know, nevertheless, it is a kill. A kill is a kill. We have Rubik top, just harassing a bit. Trying to get Bristle to retreat, but I don't think Bristle is going to retreat all that much. We do have Lifestealer actually killing the Tinker with that Rage. That Rage is so good. It's so broken. It's like a BKB / Hyperstone / that's all it is. Nynx chasing down the Skywrath, but not going to give that much chase. Does look like Dark Willow did get her Blink Dagger first. We do have the Vendetta / Infestation again. So we're going to be seeing that combo again. And this is one of the kills that they want to get on. The Vendetta and the... Oh! They actually... Oh, this was a huge blunder. The spin coming right out There is an Omni Slash. There is no creep wave. If he can catch this Nynx could go down. No, but he jumps to the creep wave, and Nynx actually almost lives, but does not quite live. The Terrorize coming in, and this could be devastating. Okay, so Tinker is the only one that gets stunned up. That actually could have gone a lot worse for the Omni being stolen, saving Rubik for the time being. The Shadow Realm coming in play, Juggernaut dropping about half health, and it does look like Tinker will get a kill on the Dark Willow. Very nicely done by the Tinker. Does get a tri-stun, and it does look like OD is in the back harassing the Bristle. The slow on the Bristle. Bristle trying to TP out, but does turn towards the damage and will be shot down by the Dire team. OG blinking forward, and it does look like Banished. The Impale does miss, but I think they won't need that. It does look like OG is getting more stacks. It does look like the ult coming out from Bane trying to live, but realizing that the entire team is middle. And that just looks really bad. It does look like the spin on the Dark Willow. Dark Willow actually Shadow Realms quite a bit early. Does get that bonus damage on the Juggernaut. Does blink out before he takes the damage. Does get silenced up. Tinker bottom, pushing like a split pusher does. We do have Infest on the Nynx Assassin. Nynx Assassin spotting out the Skywrath, pinging him up.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Does not have Invis yet. But it does look like they are coming close. Nynx is being slowed up, and it does look like Glued up. That Vendetta coming out right behind the trees. I think they saw that, but I'm not entirely sure. And it does look like this could be a kill. No, the spin on the Juggernaut. Juggernaut and his spins, the timings are perfect. Can he get away though? No, he does not go straight down. He actually, I'm not sure what he was doing, but he actually could have lived that. And it does look like another kill going in the way for the Dire team. Tinker trying to get what he can, but he does get lifted. The Marcher Machine's not doing enough damage, and it is a double kill for the Lifestealer. A 3-for-0 trade for US of A. OG does have a Blink / Force Staff, Hand of Midas. Lifestealer double damage, does have that Death to complete. Rubik does have the Mana Boots Smoke, Mana Boots Earn. Let's see, we got Dark Willow, just a Blink right now, is going for that Yules. Skywrath, trying to get that route of Atos, much more effective with that item. Bane trying to get his Mana Boots. Bristle does have a, trying to get drums. I think that's not, I think there's much better choices this game. Because a lot of the damage besides Lifestealer is magical. All magical from Dark Willow. Pretty much all magical from OD. Mostly magical from Rubik. And all but Vendetta from Nynx Assassin. So I think Hood definitely would have been the more viable option. And it does look like this Vendetta / Infest combo is just taking a toll on the main Dream Team. And it does look like this tier 2 bottom will fall. We do have top. Skywrath is being pursued by the Dark Willow. Dark Willow. Now, for those of you who haven't played Dark Willow a lot, the whole spinning when it goes around in the circle, it actually does not help to move. You want to be directly on top of them. If you're directly on top of them, you actually will hit all of your shots on them. That is the purpose. Like, I will go Phase Boots and then Yules. But basically, you Phase Boots, you get exactly on top of them, and all of your shots actually hit the target that you want. So for those of you who didn't know that. And she does so much more damage, like it's ridiculous. And it does look like Jug is being blasted out, the spin coming out, but that is way too late. The stun from the Nynx Assassin, the Impale is just enough to bring the Juggernaut down, and it does look like Lifestealer will be saying, you know what, let's take Roche. And right now, I mean, a commanding lead, we have 9K. If we look at the net worth, if I can find it, we do have 12K, Lifestealer at 11, and then Jug and Tinker both at 8.6 and 7.4, with the offlane Bristle at 6.4. So they're definitely hurting this game. Lifestealer doesn't want to get stunned up like that. Oh, Roche actually killed Lifestealer with the stomp. And this could be a big giveaway. There is a smoke and they are running to Roshan. If they see how low this is, they could actually take this with the Bristle, the Tinker, and the Juggernaut. This could be very, very huge for the Radiant side. The Terrorize coming out on 3, and it does look like it does split the Bristle and the Juggernaut. The OD trying to do the damage, and it does look like he will Force Staff himself. Study Astral Imprisonment. And it does look like the Rubik does fall. The Tinker trying to do what he can. The Nyx Assassin is there, but will he be able to steal it? The Bristles! The Bristle coming out. One more stack, and it does look like trying to get the Vendetta off, and it does look like, oh my gosh, Juggernaut Bristle is going down. The Bane does ult the OD. The Nyx buying back. The Nyx TPing in. The Dragon Lance, will it be enough to kill Skye? No, the last hit does miss. The Impale coming out on the Bane, and it does look like Bane will be going down, but it does look like Tinker will be, this could be a kill on the OD, but no, the wand charges, the stun on the Tinker. The Impale, and it does look like, is there a slow? There is not a slow, and Tinker trying to TP out, but the double kill on the Lifestealer. Holy crap, and all the meanwhile, the Roche is over here, 500, 600 HP, does finally go down to US of A. Wow, that could have gone much worse for the Dire team. Or much better for the Radiant team. Vendetta / Infest combo is back on the field. And it does look like they will be trying to pick off a poor, innocent bystander. I think they did see the Jug because of daylight, but they will be going on the Skywrath saying, you know what, that's a pretty easy kill, let's just kill that and be done with it. So they do that, they're done with it, and now they will be returning back home. There is a haste rune bottom, Lifestealer will pick that up, and they might even be able to go high ground. Yes, it's annoying to push against Tinker high ground. They do have Rage, they do have Aegis. They do have Nyx and his Spike Arquebus. There we go. Now we're seeing a hood. Dark Willow with the Cursed Crown. It does look like the Shadow Realm coming out. And it does look like she will be retreating for the time being. Staying in the Shadow Realm the full 5 seconds. And it does look like Banishment on the Jug. And it does look like the Terrorize coming out. The Bramble Maze, rooting Bristle where he stays, and it does look like Broody will take down the Bristle, but the Bristle does, in return, get the Dark Willow. Dark Willow is just super squishy, like, cannot man-fight a Bristle, even when Bristle is taking so much damage, because he'll just Quill Spray. Spray Quills, whatever you guys want to call it. So right now, I mean, we're looking, it's very rough shape for the Radiant side. What they need to do is they need to bait the Vendetta. Like, that needs to not happen. Like, they know Vendetta Infest is the combo that they are looking for. So the Radiant team need to group up. They need to have Dust. They need to have Sentries. And they need to get the combo. They need to kill it before that combo executes in order to successfully stay in this game. Because that combo is what is putting them ahead. losing 90 damage, and it just looks like Bristle will be lifted up, will be banished from the Bane, I believe, yeah. And it does look like Bristle will be good to terrorize and just being rooted. Very nicely done, both supports. And it does look like another root on the Juggernaut. Juggernaut healing ward, the Cursed Crown coming out on the Bane. And it does look like they won't be able to get a kill. But we do have Vendetta. Will we be seeing, where's Lifestealer?
Middle tower is under attack.
Oh, he is in. I thought he was. And it does look like they are going on the Juggernaut. Juggernaut is sheeped up. Is slept. The sleep saving him for a bit, but no, it will not be enough. And it does look like 4 for 0 trade. Tinker will prevent the push for a little bit. Does get stunned up trying to go back to base.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Backdoor protection is up, but it will be down very, very soon. And this could be a Rax if they do it. If they play their cards right, this will be a Rax. Tinker, I have no clue why he is up here.
Top tower is under attack.
The spin on the Rubik, very nicely done. Preventing the Tinker from actually defending. I mean, he literally went bottom and didn't defend top.
Radiant's top tower is
I'm not sure exactly what he was thinking, but that literally just cost him a Rax. And it does look like Nynx blinking forward, trying to get the Tinker. Does get slept up, and Nynx will be going down. The melee Rax does fall for top lane for the Dire team. Lifestealer's Aegis should be running out in about a minute, if not sooner.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Double damage rune bottom. Salt Karis on the way. Saint Yasha complete for the Lifestealer. There we go. Swallowed a bug. Juggernaut Battle Fury trying to get that Manta so that way when he gets slowed or silenced he can just break free of it. We do have a Eul's coming out on Dark Willow. Makes her very, very dangerous. I'm one game away from my level 5 Dark Willow. I'm excited. So a little changing, he did infest the OD right now. Astral Imprisonment, the sheep on the Bristleback, but it won't be enough. The sleep coming out on OD, and it does look like the... Where? Oh, okay, he stunned the Bane. OD blinking forward saying, you know what, I don't give up. Doing a bit more intel steal on the Bristle at 16 currently. And it does look like Jug is pushing top. I don't think they need to back and defend this.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And it does look like they are pinging Roche, but Roche is not up for another minute and a half, possibly, if not more.
We rely not upon fortune.
The smoke being popped, but I think Bane did see the just end of that smoke.
Radiant are
So they
strong.
do scan, and they do know that something is up, and it does look like they do know Nynx is in their jungle. Juggernaut farming to his heart's connect, does have the Manta, does have 17 wand charges, but in his backpack, not gonna help him. There we go. Lifestealer infesting OD. OD does have a sheep dragon lines, and this could be huge. Oh no, doesn't see him. The spinning out on the Juggernaut, realizing that Nynx is on his trail. Hot and sour. Does look like OD does get ulted by the Bane. Bane trying to do some damage, but OD does break free of it, and it does look like Lifestealer will get a kill. Oh, sheeped on the Bristle, trying to get some damage off the Juggernaut, using Omni Slash, but is not enough. The Tinker trying to use his missiles. Gosh, OD is just sapping intel here and there, like 28 intel from the Bristle. And that's all he needs. I mean, once he gets that certain amount on Sanity Eclipse, you're gonna want to look out, because right now he does. What's the multiplier at right now? Level 3, yeah. Oh man, look at that, 40, 50. Like, he's got 230 intel. Juggernaut needs to be careful. Like, that is almost 2 times 8, is it? 10. So that's like 800 damage if Juggernaut does not get it in the spin.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Does look like top is the range creep is falling quite a bit. Does see the ward there. It is in range, but they are not doing anything about it as of yet because they, well, can't. The Tinker does TP bottom. Does look like Vendetta trying to do some work. Rubik going bottom, trying to defend that. And Tinker just being a pain in the derriere with the March of the Machines. The Sheep on the Bane, and it does look like the Silence coming out. The Ninx blinking in, and it does look like Sky just immediately falls. The Rage coming out, the tower hits, and backing off. The Urn coming out on the Dark Willow. Dark Willow does have Shadow Realm, but does not use it. And it does look like the Cursed Crown does go on Bristle, but Bristle alone. The Terrorize may be coming into play. Queuing it up, but not releasing it as of yet. We do have Infest in 2, which we will be seeing another Infest. And it does look like we may be seeing another Blink Sheep Infest. It looks like that is the play, and that is what they need to prepare for. I mean, they're doing quite a... despite how much they're down at 35 minutes, 21k net worth, they're doing a fantastic job at holding with what resources they have. The BKB coming out, the spin coming out on the Juggernaut, the Bramble Maze, and OD is just racking up the damage. 28 stacks, 32. Does have the BKB charge down, and it does look like the Silence. Will it be enough? Will it be enough? He does have... No, he does not. Astral Imprisonment himself. OD will be going down, and that is a wicked sick. But at what cost? The mid-racks going down to the Lifestealer, and Lifestealer will be TPing out, having that Rage. He actually could have canceled that. He had like that split second where he could have canceled that. Does look like Roche did just respawn. So we do have pretty much two lanes of racks down for the Radiant team, with one lane to go. Juggernaut realizing this, saying, you know what, we need to push now. Maybe they're checking Roche. Does see the double damage. Jug will have the double damage, and they actually could Roche this. But we do have the Vendetta coming out. This could be huge. I don't think they saw the Juggernaut, so they will be going after the Bristleback. Trying to get the Bristleback. Bristleback does park, and the Vendetta, the Rage, and Bristleback just melts under pressure. And the Juggernaut spinning away, trying to maintain his life. Wow, Bristle just melted, even in the back. Going Butterfly next on the Lifestealer. Rubik does have a Kaya slash Dagon. We do have a Dragonlance in the way for Dark Willow. We do have Ghost Scepter on Tinker, realizing, you know, he's gotta stay alive in these fights and not get focused by the Lifestealer. Got that Rod of Atos. Bane doesn't really have too much besides Tranquil and Soul Ring. Trying to get a Butterfly on the Juggernaut. Honestly, like, what do you actually get? Like, Dark Willow can stop your ult. OD can stop your ult. Like, so, like, what do you need to get on Juggernaut to really change this fight? I mean, a Butterfly, I guess, would be alright. And it does look like OD does grab the Aegis. There is a smoke. And the Vendetta slash Infest combo coming out yet again. The smoke coming out. And remember, there is not anything on the high ground. So this could be huge. And it does look like the sheep coming out. And it does look like the sleep. Juggernaut does get the spin off in time. But will it be enough? Another hit or two. But no, the healing ward does save the Lifestealer. Actually falling quite low, but he does get out of that. And it does look like the OG taking a kill. No, that was actually Dark Willow. The Skywrath buying back the Bramble Maze, or the Cursed Crown coming out. OD trying to get the stacks, and it does look like the Omni Slash, but it does hit the creeps. The spin coming out. Will it be enough to get the OG? OG coming out. The Astral Imprisonment, and it does look like the Bramble Maze coming out. Rubik blinking forward. The Impale coming out. Juggernaut extremely low, and it does look like the Spirit might actually take him down before he gets to the fountain. Spin coming out, and it will not be enough. Juggernaut escaping with 40 HP. Bristleback buying back. Everybody extremely low. Vendetta coming out, but it does look like bottom has fallen. While this fight happened, bottom fell. Now they are mega. Meanwhile, everyone's so low on the Dire side. The GG being called. Game number 1 going to US of A. Very nicely played by both teams. And we will be right back with game number 2.